Hey guys, what's going on? Bigfoot here, bringing you guys another BC gameplay, and today I'm going to give you guys the best tips and tricks I can possibly think of. And this isn't really thought out, but I've thought about it over the last couple of days, what I'm going to try to tell you guys. But I'm basically going to give you guys tips on nuclears, and you know, maybe you're not going for a nuclear, maybe you just want to get good gameplays, and this could be really good tips for that too. But it's more stuff like how I can give you tips with the VSAT, your class setup, stuff like that, playing smarter. And so the first tip I'm going to give you guys, just because, you know, this is a really important part. You know, you've ever had like games where the game ends when you're on your nuclear streak, you know, maybe the round ends, anything like that. The round end can be a big difference, because when you're factoring in, you're in their spawn already, you're kind of set up, you know where they're all coming from, you got the VSAT up, everything like that, and then the round switches, it's kind of hard to get back into that position to get kills, and you don't want to start camping and thinking about it too much. That is like the biggest tip ever. You don't want to think about the nuclear so much, because trust me, you will panic, and once you're panicking, you're just not going to think right, you're not going to play right, and your shot's just going to be completely off. And just trust me on that. You do not want to think about it. If anything, just think about I don't know what you can think about. Think about kittens. I don't know. But don't think about going for the nuclear. Think about just playing the game, having fun, enjoying it, and just be like, yo, like, I'm raping these kids. Like, you don't need to actually think about it to get it, I guess. You don't want to just, like, you don't want to be so, like, you don't want to have it as such a high priority that you want to get it, that you actually panic. So that's the first tip I can give you. The second tip is you don't want that round to switch. You don't want the game to end. So you want to get a pretty fast-paced one, because it really does change. It makes you feel a lot better about yourself, and just, you don't want to play campy. You really don't. You just have to play smart, and playing smart and playing campy is a way different thing. You want to get that first VSAT early. That's tip number one. Well, actually tip number two. You want to get it fast. You want to play the objective. You want to get them capture kills, killed attackers, cap a flag, whatever you got to do to build up that first VSAT really quick, because VSAT's obviously the key thing you can get to get your nuclears. You want to run non-lethal streaks, obviously. And if you can, run in with a couple of guys, with a couple of your friends. It really does help if you guys run non-lethals. And so that's tip number two. You want to get that streak real fast. You want to get the VSAT, and just, you want to have it up the whole game, because it really does make the difference. Tip number three, I would say, is try an unsilenced gun. I know it's really bad, or it's not really bad, but it can get you killed a lot, and I know you're trying to go for a 30 gun streak. But if you're running with you and one other friend, or two other friends, or however many other friends, and you're all using non-lethal streaks, you're going to have a counter UAV or EMP up the whole time. And unless you're playing people with headsets, they're really not going to know the difference. In fact, they're going to be more clueless than they was before, because their whole screen's EMP'd and they're just playing like complete retards. So that's tip number three. The unsilenced SMGs are so much better than the silenced SMGs, like so much better. Like, you can't even, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. So that's tip number three. Tip number four, I would say, for the VSAT, you got to really play smart. Obviously, when you get the VSAT, you want to build your way up to another VSAT, which this is when it comes into playing fast-paced but playing smart at the same time. You never, ever want to go around the corner at someone that is looking like the way you're going to come in. Never, ever do that. You want to put yourself in the situation where you can shoot people in the back, in the side, stuff like that, and you know, sometimes you can't always do that. But if you can get into the situation where you're in a head glitch and they're running down the road, that's a really good battle. That's something you want to take. And so that's what that, you've got to play fast paced. You got to build up to that VSAT. You can't just sit in a corner. You can't play like that. Trust me, even if you're on a 20 gun streak, you got to be moving around. You don't want people to know where you are. You got to be moving around 24/7. And I think that's something that some people forget about Call of Duty. If you set the same spot, people are just going to come for you, because, I mean, what do you do if someone sets in the same spot? You go for them. So the next thing is, don't challenge their whole team like I'm doing right here. Do not do that. If you see 4 or 5 of them, or you know they're all going to spawn back there, don't go for them. Just leave them alone. Go the other way. Try to get yourself out of a situation. You never want to be smashed in between them, especially not their whole team. You want to just find like 2 or 3 of them at a time, kind of take them off one by one, and, you know, never fight them all at once. Another tip is really honestly use the C4. Even if you don't like the C4, You'll have that V set up. You can throw the C4 around the corner, maybe 2 or 3 of them spawned around the corner. Throw that V set up, you'll see exactly where they are. As soon as they run over your C4, blow it up, bam, you just got 3 kills to your streak. That's a really, it's not even a tip, it's just something you have to use. Also, if someone's challenging you, say they're shooting you, you go around the corner real fast, you can just throw that C4 and blow them up instantly. It saves your life so much. I don't care if you don't like the C4, just use it, trust me. So that's about all the tips I'm going to give you guys for getting that nuclear. I know you guys want that nuclear. It's such a sexy title, and it really is something hard for some guys to get. But just really don't think about it too much. You don't want to panic. And after you get your first couple, you know, they're just going to come to you naturally. So any of you guys that are wondering, I probably have around 50 nuclears, just letting you guys know. This nuclear was against a full party of 9 with LMGs, so I thought this would be a good nuclear to show you guys. You can get a nuclear against anyone, it's just your smarts, it's not against who you're playing. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please tap that like button. Let's go for 60. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.